Hi.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the DIE-aloguers stream.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We have a little surprise. This is a little bit of a different stream tonight. We've learned some new and interesting facts through chatting with...
Some new facts have come to light from talking to a live... this stream should be called the Alive-aloguers, maybe.
Yeah, because I think this episode, at least.
We started talking to some people that were alive, some very intelligent people that are alive and very sensible about how ghosts they're not real.
You know, some of them, you'll remember one of our earliest guests, Ben the Skeptic. You know, we thought we had him clowned on all the ghost facts, had all the proof that
we thought we had him schooled.
We thought we schooled him, but turns out he was a bus driver and he took us to school, and then he taught us because he got his PhD in bus driving and also real science facts. And Ben showed us a little formula that I'm gonna write down, and it'll blow your mind. This formula that he showed us will just blow your mind. Sean, if you want to tell the audience a little bit about how we arrived at this position.
One of the ways that we arrived at this position in no longer really believing in ghosts is that we kind of looked around us and we realized that there's no empirical proof that ghosts actually exist. And so I looked at the outfit that I was wearing and how absurd all my jewelry and these talismans and runes that I was wearing all over my body. And I realized, what is this life? What is this farce? This, charade that we were both living. And so we, as a group, as the DIE-aloguers, have sort of realized that maybe there's no such thing as ghosts, because who's even seen one? Have I seen one? I mean, what we're believing these apps that we get for 99 cents on the Google App Store that tell us what ghosts are saying? Is that I'm supposed to take this app's word?
When you really think about it, it's pretty ridiculous. How could an app that's bought on the App Store, the Apple App Store, approved by Apple?
You know what you can believe? You can believe numbers, and you can believe the Lord.
Facts. You can believe facts.
Like the Lord.
Yeah.
Lord Facts.
Lord Facts. Subscribe
so you
for
can
more.
Go to our new website, which now redirects to lordfacts.123.theprayerhymn.com
make sure to include
http://www.edu the Lord's light / never take him in vain / ghosts are not real and / little smiley face with a halo on it.
.gov.uk
.gov.uk / separation of church and state. Overrule it.
Overrule it. Toss it in the trash.
The Lord's
So
rule.
here's this formula that Ben the Skeptic showed us.
And can you tell us a little bit of what this is about to you? What this means to you?
I mean, this is real art.
This just is this every letter in the alphabet?
These are math numbers, and this is science.
Okay.
These are graphs and formulas. They go. This formula goes into a funnel. This is a fulcrum of science.
Yeah.
And then this.
Yeah. So this is all this is raw data, and it goes into the funnel, and it goes into. What does this mean?
Well, so then you do this equation.
XB parentheses X2.
No, that's multiplied.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Sorry, it's a little confusing. I was confused when I first saw it.
Wait, so it's like it's in the parentheses, so that means multiply, and then you times it
by 2xy.
X multiply y.
And then 4a.
Okay.
And then you divide that by 99999.
And so that means, for those of you that may not speak another language, that means no in German.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Mm-hmm. So you just say, no, ghosts are not real.
Ghosts are not real.
I refuse to believe it because of this formula. And then you divide the answer of that by the theory of life.
Yeah, the theory of life divided by the theory of life. And is that quantifiable? Is there a number for that?
This is actually a complex string of numbers that the highest mathematicians in the land are still debating over, but they have come close. And if you go on to MathFacts and ScienceFacts.org and go to their forums, if you get approved to be on their forum and then you go onto their RuneScape roleplay server. Then you can join their guild and then you'll be allowed to go before the science tribunal in the game, and then you'll be able to ask them, submit another form, and then eventually they'll send it to an email that expires in 10 minutes. So once you get that email, you better check it quick.
And
then you get the quantifiable number of the theory of life.
It can also be talked about as some of you might be familiar with the number pi or the symbol pi, and you might be familiar with life of pi. Well, this is
it's not just a yummy dish to eat after Thanksgiving.
It's not just a yummy dish Thanksgiving to eat. If you just change it, it's actually, in this case, it's life of cake. It's a piece of cake. Life is a piece of cake when you're with people that you love and alive people.
And the solution of this is really a piece of cake, because all of this equals ghosts are not real.
So you type this in and you go to the science tribunal.
You can type this in. Go to Google Calculator right now.
You type in life. You put in life of a cake symbol, and then you say ghosts are not real. So what I'm going to do...
And that's just easy that's just simple math.
So usually what we do is we contact a bunch of ghosts.
Which are not real. We were just talking to ourselves.
I thought it's a better use of time to...
Yum. Truth.
Okay. So I actually thought that it's a better use of time to call... Instead of some dead people, it's just some family members.
Call some live people.
I was just gonna call.
Some of them haven't heard from him in years.
I was just gonna call in and check in on a few on a few family members.
Who are you calling right now?
I was gonna call my cousin Bertha. Hold on.
Bertha.
Yeah. So
what a character.
Live on the stream, I'm gonna call my cousin Bertha and check in on how she is. And I just think for a change, let's talk to some alive people. And I'm
gonna just read up on some science news in the meantime. Go on sciencenews.twitter. I effing love science, right, guys?
Hello.
Hi, Bertha. This is Sean. Cousin Bertha, is this you?
Yep.
Hi, it's just been a little while since I checked in on you. I know that you were feeling a little under the weather, and I wanted to just check in like a good family member and Christian should. How are you doing?
Well, you know how it is. The doctor says that I'm just making all this up about what's happening to me, but how can I make it all up when I'm feeling it? When I feel this awful all the time, Sean.
Yeah, no. So the doctors are always trying to get something over on you, charging a little extra for that hospital bill. I just wanted to call and check in and say, I'm thinking about you. You're in my hearts and my prayers and my thoughts, and makes Facebook status about you, sharing my loves and my goodwill and sending it to you. Cousin,
how can you pray? How can I count on those prayers from you when you're doing the devil's work every day?
Oh, okay. So I meant to send. I sent it out in a group email to all my family that I'm no longer. I no longer believe in ghosts. This is a ghost.
Really?
Yeah. No, I no longer.
He's come a long way, Bertha.
Yeah, we're actually doing a live stream right now instead of a dead stream, and we're talking.
I find that incredibly hard to believe, Sean.
Okay.
I find that incredibly hard to believe.
I'm sorry to hear that you don't have faith in me, but I'm hoping that I can prove myself better in my family's eyes. You take care now, Bertha.
That was cousin Bertha, everyone. Sometimes family members, they have a hard time hearing it, right?
Sometimes family members have a hard time knowing that you've really changed and that you don't believe in any of this cockamamie stories anymore.
It's hard to hear, but you got to get it out into the universe.
So there's nothing more factual than the news. Did we want to cut to an intro or anything first before we go on to that? Yeah, let's do that. Boost my signal.
The show is live. The apps are real. And the ghosts are spilling their guts.
Hi, thank you for coming back with us. We are the DIE-aloguers, and we are talking about how we do not believe in ghosts anymore. We've changed.
It's made up.
It's made up. You know what is real? Cookies.
Cookies.
I will not eat the same cookie as you.
This cookie is so much realer and so much more satisfying than a ghost. You know what?
You know what is real though? Cholesterol.
That's true.
And that's scarier than any ghosts I've ever seen.
You know what, Sean? A little thing that I've noticed about since I've stopped believing in ghosts is it's a little bit easier to get to sleep. You know, I used to stay up all night, not because I was scared of ghosts, but because nighttime is when ghosts come out the most.
You know what is real? The monotony of life and the demons that it brings. Do we have scotch? Do we have any scotch? I wish there was scotch in this.
That's okay. Sometimes it's hard to confront those demons, but you know, now that you don't believe in supernatural ghosts and creeps and spooky skeletons that live in the closet, you may be able to deal with them in a much more healthy way.
So I would like to very quickly just maybe instead talk about some ways that you can improve your life as a good follower of God and facts.
You don't...
And so community activities, picking up pollution, picking up trash, giving the best trash that you find to your most beloved
raccoon,
poor person in your neighborhood,
or even a needy possum.
Helping a possum out of a 6-pack wrapper.
Yeah, and then giving it some of that nice.
Being on your local school board is better than ghosts.
That is better than ghosts, one could say. Oh, I think we got some.
Okay, I need some scotch. So what is hard is after a hard night's work. After a hard night's work, you come home from the job and the daily grind, and you need to just stop hearing. You need to turn on the game and just stop hearing the wife yammering away in your ear, and so you drown it out. You drown it out with scotch.
You used to drown that sound out with ghosts.
I love her. I love her to death.
Who does?
But
I don't believe in God and demons. That's okay. You know, I think in the past we would try and force our belief on you guys and say that you would need to go to our eMonk website, where you would have to go onto our DIE-aloguers web store, which of course would have been before we had it closed down.
Tell them what it would have been.
DIE-aloguers, and that's a dash between each letter. So it'd be D-E-I, you know, spell it out correctly and then put a dash between each one. .co.uk//.gov/web store /eMonk part of the web store. You have to type all of that out, the eMonk part of the web store. / / / / and then you draw in some you know the little emoticons of Kirby dancing. You draw him dancing back and forth, and then you put 4 shrug emojis in, and then of course that would bring you to our previous eMonk web store, where you would buy all of our software,
which we're shutting down. No, there's no point in going there. So we're live on Twitch, which we've newly started to try to stream on. We did a test stream last night, and we just pointed the camera to a TV with Wallace and Gromit on it, and it's YouTube picked up that it was censored material.
They yelled at us,
and so we're not allowed to stream on YouTube for a second. Mm-hmm. So let's look. Is there any comments that are worth addressing?
Hey, if you just recently found out that most of the life that you've been living is a lie, and that all of the apps that you have on your phone dedicated to the one part of your life that gives you any meaning are totally meaningless, just drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you guys. If you've stopped recently believing in ghosts, or if you need some help stopping to believe in ghosts.
Sorry, I was just texting my local elected
official.
Who
the fuck is sending me goddamn messages?
Life is a lot more noisy when you stop listening to the dead. I was just texting my local elected official and telling them good job.
You're doing
which
he's
I
doing
would
great.
which I would advise you to do as well. I'm covered in chocolate.
Sean, you just got your zoning permit approved, right, for your bistro you're opening up, right? Mm-hmm. It was gonna be ghost themed, right? You were gonna sell like boo bars.
This is delicious.
And Nobling energy drink, but
I'm rebranding all of those materials to be life not startle bars, as well as blink a lot and get your needed 8 hours rest.
You gotta get your
night.
8.
So I think there's nothing more alive than the news, nothing more accurate and factual than the news. So we're going to read you a few news articles that admittedly we did prepare before we stopped believing in ghosts.
But we're going to do a little spin on them this time. We're going to show how these are just sham stories made up for, clickbait.
So let's analyze these.
Let's analyze them.
These are all shuffled in place.
Okay, good. Our papers are all in order.
Okay.
I got 2 pages. How many do you have? 2? Okay, good. That's a good story. That's a beefy story. Okay, welcome to Ghost Post, the previous ghost-themed news program.
Okay.
Sean, you want to share
No,
your
you go.
okay? So my headline
Terrified
here.
woman discovers ghost of young boy looming near her window on Ghost Maps.
Why don't you it's Google Maps.
Google Maps.
Regular maps.
Change that.
Why don't you reread that headline?
Terrified woman discovers ghost of young hot boy looming near her window.
It just says young boy. It doesn't say if he was attractive or not. I can't really work anything out from that photo.
I apologize. Terrified woman discovers ghost of young boy near her window on Google Drive. Google Maps?
Google Play.
I'm sorry, I don't have my reading glasses.
Okay. It's okay. You can try again.
Very small says, a horrified woman believes she has captured the ghost of a young boy staring out the window on Google Maps. You never
thought Google Maps could capture a soul of a previously alive person.
No, and what happens on Google Maps?
Because they can't, because ghosts aren't real.
So, in this picture, it's a picture of a window, and then a picture of a little creep. It was a little pervert. And it circles here because
this is a pervert circle.
The media wants to direct your vision to something very specific, and if it was a real ghost picture, they wouldn't need to circle this. So let me just read this real quick. A horrified woman believes she has captured the ghost of a young boy peeping at her out of her window on Google Maps, just looking into her.
Does it say if she could only see it in Google Maps, or like if she looked in real life, if she could see it or not?
I don't know. The news is always hiding things. The woman named only as Katie.
Suspicious.
No last name.
That should set off alarm bells, okay? No last name listed, that's a skeptic red flag right there.
Her last name is probably Fraudulent Liar.
Fraudulent, I cheat on my taxes.
Liar. So was checking out her house online before making a disturbing discovery. She zoomed in on her
Did she just forget what her house looked like?
She zoomed in on her kitchen window and spotted what appears to be a small figure.
Little pervert.
And speaking of small figures, I think that beauty standards in America are a lot higher than they should. I love seeing the hot girls in the beer ads.
Sure.
But I do think that as somebody that I don't want my daughter to be scrutinized as ever having a small figure. I'm gonna make her fat. She wrote
you be able to tell if she's in a ghost picture.
Mm-hmm. She wrote, "This is a ghost picture." On her
is
Reddit.
real.
No, she wrote a ghost picture I found in. It actually says in the article, "This a ghost picture."
A ghost picture.
First of all, the first lead to tell you that something is not real is when the news source does not use grammar correctly. This a ghost picture I found in my kitchen window on Google Maps. Kind of blurry, but looks like a little boy to a little boy to me.
Whoops.
There's two A's, double A. like the battery, probably subliminal messaging from the electric battery company Duracell, which we are not sponsored by. We're gonna go back and bleep that out later. Okay, a raft of supposed.
Cut there. Just okay. And
sorry,
we'll
I didn't
back.
realize this was a different article. This is not formatted well. Okay, what is yours?
My
Do we want a real quick cut to a quick bumpy?
Thank you. Well, thank you so much. I just really like hunting ghosts with you.
Hi. Welcome back. I'm gonna read another one. A raft of supposed ghost sightings have a raft, a boat of them.
a whole boat.
A raft of supposed ghost sightings have been reported on Google Maps recently. A chilling ghoul was recently captured in the town of Delicious.
A chilling ghoul.
In the town of Delicious. That's
That's
a real place. That's not a real place. In a Mexican state of Chihuahua. This can't be a real
this
article.
Is fake. They didn't name a state after a dog. That's stupid.
And this is stupid. Users.
If the estate was called Burrito or Chalupa, I believe it.
Users spotted. They're using that as a play on words with Chihuahua. This isn't real. So ghosts aren't real. Users spotted what appears to be a blonde girl who resembles a disturbing doll behind a red car. Maybe it's an actual doll.
Did they check if it's a real person?
After zooming in, the child appears eerily pale.
In need of help
okay,
or
so
food?
I think this is a good PSA for get your kids out of the house, get that video game out of their hands, take away that DS, and give them some outside playtime, some hopscotch, set them up in the middle of the street, make them alert. And frankly, if they get hit by a car playing in the middle of the street, they don't deserve to be.
And you can rest
alive.
assured they're not going to haunt you because ghosts aren't real.
Ghosts are not real. So after zooming in, Charles appears to be pale with dark eyes fixed on the camera. One shocked fella also believes he captured the spirit of a young girl in Indiana. This is useless. All right. Do you have anything?
Yeah, so my headline that I have says, dozens spot eerie mystery ghost plane in Midland skies. So, let's see. They seem to have found some sort. They spotted, like a ghost plane, like an air passenger plane. I don't know. How does I've heard of I've heard fake stories of a ghost ship, but a ghost plane, that's a red flag for me. That's a skeptic red flag. I'm going to Snopes on that one. So here's what this news supposedly says. First off, it says 18 degrees. I don't believe that. Number one, baffled residents have been flooding one of our sister titles in the Midlands with calls and messages. Okay, just because you're flooding doesn't mean ghosts are real. Flooding is a real problem that affects real alive people, not ghosts.
It's insensitive.
It's insensitive to real
Remember
floods.
New Orleans?
No, I remember New Orleans. Dozens of people have come forward claiming they've spotted a ghost plane flying, including a ghost pilot and ghost crew.
How closely were they looking?
I don't know. I mean, they must have been able...
They were like,
Maybe-
I see everyone on that plane.
Maybe they...
Like, I could see them all inside there.
Maybe they thought because it was a ghost plane, they could see the people through the exterior of the plane.
Oh, okay.
Further, just silly. There's just too much detail. You can tell that something might be fake when there's just way too much unnecessary detail.
Ghosts are not real. Yet another a ghost plane. A plane was never alive in the first place. How the heck is a plane gonna die? You don't see people saying like, "Oh, there's a ghost car parked outside my house." Not real.
Okay, here are some other ones. Here we go. Numerous sightings of what some say was a dark-colored Second World War aircraft have been reported. The mystery jet. Okay, there weren't any jets in World War II. They were all little flying around little paper airplanes in World War II. Just toss them through the air. They just didn't exist. So Sue Dorling. Okay, Dorling. Really, you trying to have me believe that?
Like a creepy door. Like, see, that's subliminal horror messaging. Where
Sue Dorling of Hilton. What, does she live in a hotel?
I actually don't think that there's anything wrong with that particular last name. I don't find anything.
Dorling is fine with you. I was okay. So this is from the UK. So I was at the crossroads heading towards the Hilton when this dark and light aircraft swept over. So that's an accurate British accent. I thought it was odd as it was going the opposite way to Eggington. Are you kidding me? This is just...
Eggtown?
They're trying to tell me that there's a real place called Eggtown. How can I believe anything coming out of this fucking idiot's mouth?
Yeah. Do we have the Skype up? I just want to make sure that
we
we're
have the
checking
Skype up. If you want to talk to us...
If you want to call in and maybe talk about some Alive stuff, just friend us on Skype at DIE-aloguers, and you can call in. What I was going to say is, you want to cut to a quick bump?
Quick bump.
Anti-Blink Energy Drink! Are you tired of... Hi, it's me, the drink seller. Pardon me, but are you tired of ever blinking ever again? Every bat of the lashes at the door for a miracle lifeline or a cool nightmare. Well, fuck you! Never have do that old thing again with this drink. The only drink for your ghost hunt that has your heart rate elevated higher before you see the ghost. Thanks, bitch. Buy it again. Buy it. Fuck you, please.
Hi, we're the Alive-aloguers, and this is just our stream where we're talking about ghosts not existing. Normally, you don't even need to make a stream for things that don't exist, but I think that we need to set things right, set the record straight,
Yeah,
and
usually
really show that, amend our ways. Because I feel like we've been looking like certifiable fools this whole time, believing that actual
Don't look like a
ghosts
fool
are real.
now. Neither of us look like fools now. We got top
Do I look
fashion
like
sense.
a fool? I'm wearing something that's beautiful. And positive.
This is a character named Trunks. He's not a fool. Look at how buff he is. He's got muscles.
I just realized that all I have is black clothing. I found this because it was my little brother's.
It's hard to be the Alive-aloguers if you're dressed like you're going to a dang funeral all the time.
Yeah, it's hard to stay in a positive mindset if you're surrounding yourself by dark things. So, okay. This is okay. Hello, Aunt Suzanne. How's it going? I'm doing okay, Aunt Suzanne. We're actually doing a
Hi, Aunt Suzanne. It's Alive-aloguers Matt. Remember me?
Hi, how can I help you, Suzanne?
You, Dad. It's so good to hear from you.
It's so nice to catch up with you, Suzanne, to talk to someone alive for once.
Suzanne, how's the goat farm doing?
Oh, you know how it goes on the farm.
You know how it goes.
Oh, they're just great.
How can I?
They really need a trim. They're like so naughty and hairy. I can barely deal with it. But they're just so cute when they're fluffy with all that hair. It's very tempting to keep them away, but it's healthy to keep them trimmed,
How can I help you, Susanna? It's been a while since I've seen you at service.
Yeah, look, it's that time of year again. Your cousin Brittany is selling her Girl Scout cookies, and I need to know how many you're buying this year.
That little rascal. How is she? She's such a little early businessman woman.
Oh, she's great.
Lean in.
She's really great. She misses you. She misses Sean.
Yeah.
Wants to know how many Girl Scout cookies you're gonna buy.
Okay, so Suzanne, that I don't like keeping too much sugar in the house. I want to help out the family, so I'm gonna say 3 boxes.
You can do better than 3 boxes.
Suzanne, let me.
Ghost hunting team.
Aunt Suzanne, let me throw in an extra bonus here. You remember how Sean would always try and get little Brittany to sell Sean's boo bars,
yes,
along with her Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
Well, Sean has a little surprise. I don't think he's gonna be doing that anymore.
What do you mean?
No, well, I don't believe in ghosts anymore, and I'm not gonna. I promise I won't take little Brittany to any more haunted houses and scare her. So, I'm gonna sign up for 3 boxes, and of course, yes, I can afford more. I make very good money at my firm, but I need you to know that here at my household, we're trying to watch our figure. We're eating whole grain now, whole grain spaghetti. It's so
Sign
nice
me
to hear
up for 4 boxes of
It's so
Thin
nice
Mints.
to hear from you. We're gonna talk to you later. Bye. I love hearing from the family, and I would advise anybody at home watching to talk to your alive ones before they end up as not ghosts, but dead.
But dead skeletons rotting in the dirty ground.
Skeletons whose souls
It's gonna happen
are
to
up
us all.
with the good Lord baby Jesus and the Holy Mother Mary of the Lord Trinity. So So why don't we cut away briefly for a quick
We're gonna
little
show.
bump.
So we're gonna show you a couple little ads just for we haven't gotten the time to update our advertisements. So they're gonna still say boo bars. Don't get scared.
Hi, shh. These are boo bars. Let them sleep. They're trying to have an afterlife. These are ghost energy bars. You can lose weight because when you eat them, they're just a ghost. Buy them and eat them. Shh. Boo bars.
Anti-Blink energy drink! Are you tired of... Hi, it's me, the drink seller. Pardon me, but are you tired of ever blinking ever again? Every bat out of the lashes the door for a miracle lifeline or a cool nightmare. Well, fuck you! Never have do that old thing again with this drink. The only drink for your ghost hunt that has your heart rate elevated higher before you see the ghost. Thanks, bitch. Buy it again. Buy it. Fuck you, please.
Hey, welcome back. You thought we were for serious real about all of that shit that we were just talking about? That's all fucking fake. April Fools! It's actually, ghosts are real, and we're gonna talk to some right now. Right, Sean?
I still assert that ghosts are not real.
Sean's still going on this joke. All right, well, I'm gonna open up my EVP app, and we're gonna try and talk to some ghosts right now. Is any spirit here with us today, right now, on the EVP app? 99 cents on the App Store. We're not sponsored. Are there any ghosts?
We have a call coming in.
Are there any?
Hello? Hello? Who's calling right now?
Who's on the line?
Hello? Hi.
Who? Hello? Can I ask who's calling?
Hi.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Okay, is this a crank? Is this a crank yank or a prank phone call? Who's
Is this
this?
a- is
Do
this-
you have a real ghost issue that you're calling
Clarify
about?
your call. Is it a crank yank or a prank yank?
Who crank?
Who crank?
Are you looking for crank? Is that who you're calling for? Who are you calling for? What are you calling for?
Yeah, crank.
Kronk?
Crank.
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 Crank?
Hey, do you have something, a ghost thing that you want to ask us, or an alive thing? I would prefer to talk about alive things, but
I
do you have
prefer to talk about the truth,
what's
aka
the-
ghosts.
What's the reason for your call, sir?
My crank.
Mind crank?
Okay, goodbye. So we're getting cranked. It's just like those kids. So I still assert that ghosts are not real. I believe that that it's important to use logic and common sense.
ghosts are real right in front of your eyeballs.
The way that a good father would protect his boy from not believing in ghosts and going down the wrong path in life as some ridiculous ghost hunter. So I think that it's important to bring up your kids knowing what's real and what's not so they don't fuck up their life.
What are you talking about kids for? You don't have any kids.
Sure I do.
Dude, what the fuck kids do you have?
My son Sean.
Wait, you're Sean.
No, this
What is your
not
name?
Sean. This is not Sean.
Who am I speaking with right now? You are Sean. This
No.
is Sean.
No, hello.
Am I speaking with Sean right now?
Hello, I'm Clint. This is Clint.
Clint?
Sean's father. This is Clint Glaze, Sean's father.
We're getting a
and-
call. Hello, you're on with the DIE-aloguers / Clint. What can we do for you here today?
Hi. Name is Ty Ketchum.
What?
Ty Vicalcho? You're a foreigner?
Ty Ketchum.
Ty
Ty
Ketchum?
Ketchum? What, like
Yeah.
ketchup? Like you're a damn condiment boy? Grow up.
Next,
well,
next you're gonna be
that's
telling me
my
your
name.
middle name's Mustard.
Well, I mean, my my name aside, I have some issues I need to bring up.
That sounds like it.
Ghost issues?
Yeah, well, it's actually it's a perfect discussion for you two because I'm split in the middle. I have a ghost, but it isn't digital.
Oh, well, I mean, it isn't digital?
Speaking of split in the middle, I saw something like that in the war.
I put my finger through the hole in its...
Which
blanket,
hole?
And I felt something under it.
Which
hole is a sinful word, my boy. Be careful with your words. What do you mean?
Don't listen to him. My friend is currently
socket.
possessed by the spirit of his dad.
Socket, is that more appropriate for the air?
Socket?
Yeah.
Was it
you were changing a light bulb like a good handyman.
No, there's a being standing in my living room.
There's a bean?
With a white
Eat your vegetables,
shell
kids.
over it,
Eat your beans.
It's important to eat beans.
Soybeans, eat your limas.
Clint, that's one thing we can agree on.
One thing that we can agree on as Clint Glaze, Sean Glaze's father, who has possessed his body to help him.
He's admitted it.
Okay, so let me put you all on hold right there. I want to make it very clear for this stream. I'm Sean Glaze's father, and he knew that today, as this April Fool's little gimmick joke, he was going to have to come on here and act as a skeptic. And there's really not a good acting or skeptic bone in that little gullible boy's body. So what he did is he...
Clint, can I take a second here?
He did a little seance and possessed himself with the ghost of his disappointed father, who was a skeptic and never believed in ghosts. So this is what I am, and I'm trying to, by entering my boy's body, by coming inside my little boy, I'm attempting to get all up inside here and rectify this young boy's attitude, and I'm going to set his life straight if I can help it. Because he will never make money as a ghost hunter. It's not a viable career.
Clint, I'd like to dispute that fact. We actually have a very easy-to-remember web store that you can get to by going www.DIE-aloguers/die-alongers. Then you could type in 8 times. You type in, I believe in ghosts, 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 I believe in ghosts. Yes, I do.
Or instead of going
/webstore.html.
I believe that's very convoluted and not a very good business
It's very easy to remember.
So I have on GoDaddy.com, I bought the user domain alivepeople.gov, and so you can go to there instead and see countless pictures that I've assembled of just good people on this earth living and exploring God's will. So let's get back to this conversation. Frank, are you still, or what's your name? Tyler? Ty?
He's Mr. Ketchup has hung up.
Ketchup has hung up. You can call back if you want to finish your story. I'm sorry I interrupted
Don't call back.
you, but
we're done.
We
moved on to something more important. Someone else can talk if they want to. You can leave your talk behind, and if you don't talk, then I don't talk, and then we can be friends online.
Sean's friend, can you show me how to make this phone make a noise? It's silent.
You have to ask it a question.
It's silent.
All right.
I could never understand all this technology stuff. I knew how to work a gun.
Clint, I have a question here for you. Are you trying to... did you believe in ghosts when you were alive?
No, I only believed in what I believe in is being alive and being death. And when you're stuck there in those trenches, in that rain with the foot rot and the gout and the jungle foot, then you have something a little bit better.
We're getting a call here. Red.
Hello.
Who do we have on the... Welcome to the DIE-aloguers/Clint. DIE-aloguers and Clint.
I can't do it. I'm trying to turn the speakerphone on.
It's okay, we can hear you.
Are you guys also very old and don't know how to work technology just like me?
Just like Clint? You can go on www.justlikeclint.com. He's starting a new podcast.
It's about how I can't understand technology and there's nothing posted because I can't figure out how to upload the darn thing. What, can I help you?
Hi, who is this? Who do we have on the line? You're here with the DIE-aloguers/Clint.
Hello. This is what we
This
call
is a ghost
dead,
call.
This is what we call in the business dead air.
Balding. Find balding. Hey, Clint, I'm going to just go out on a limb here. Were you bald? Were you balding?
Would you mind, if you'd like, I can draw a little... I'm not very much of an artist, but I can draw a little picture of
Well, let me
what
just
I
show
look
this
like.
formula here. So this formula that I showed you earlier is fake, and actually ghosts are real. Okay, just wanted to show that to the stream.
Okay.
So what are you going to be doing here, Clint, today?
Well, very quickly, I can draw a portrait of myself. I'm not very much of an artist. That was always sort of my boy. So accept. Sorry, we're trying to connect with these callers. It seems like they were having some
So if you're just
difficulty.
joining us, my friend Sean here has been possessed by the spirit of his dad Clint, of his father Clint, who apparently does not believe that ghosts are real despite possessing his very boy's body right now.
I'm up inside my boy, and
He's
I don't
up inside
believe in
his
him.
boy, and he
I
doesn't
don't believe
believe
in him, and I think I'm gonna stay in here until who's this?
Hello, you're on with the DIE-aloguers / Clint. What can we do for you? Hello.
We can hear you. I'm Clint. I'm Sean Glaze's father. Do I talk louder when I talk into the device?
You can just talk normal. They
Okay,
can hear you.
sorry. I don't know how to work this technology.
Excuse me. My name is Myrtle, and Myrtle Cunningham. Can you hear me?
Yes, Myrtle Cunningham.
Yes. So I am working on my my dissertation for Oxford University.
Sure.
I'm a ghost historian.
Uh-huh.
And I'm calling because I was wondering if you could tell me when the first ghost was born, the exact year, and did his presence, what was the impact that his invasion had on the humans who witnessed this first ghost?
When the first ghost was born, I'm not even sure if that makes... well, first of all, I just want to tell you, little lady, ghosts aren't real.
And the second thing I'll tell you, probably normal lady, I'm not going to assume your size over this phone call.
She sounds very small to me.
Anyway, I'm just going to say ghosts are real. You come here for a bit of a debate section.
Okay.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that one of the first ghosts was probably around during caveman times. We did a brief stream that was actually so haunted that we weren't able to stream completely in its entire length, that stream. But ancient ghost scholars of the time have believed that, the first ghost did in fact scare the pants, not really pants, because as we all know, the cavemen did not wear pants. They wore, loincloths, yes. It actually inspired them to move out of their caves.
There are a few cave drawings that have been discovered by archaeologists that have they've found that there were cave drawings that depicted rocks moving on their own because they didn't have furniture and things like that to move around. Back then, ghosts had to be, if ghosts are real, they had to be a lot stronger, and I think things were a lot more manly back then. You had to really move boulders if you were a ghost to scare these cavemen, but I'm sure, I would imagine that cavemen or Neanderthal would probably... it would take more to scare them because every day they were just seeing velociraptors.
That's true. Our ability to get scared has gone sharply down over time as we've sort of explored the earth. We get scared of less and less things, but things like creepy dolls, ancient chairs, and all sort of spooky dark dungeon basements, they are still a source of high ghost and paranormal activity. Do you have any other questions for Clint or myself?
Well, you didn't give me an exact year.
Well, I can't give you an exact year. It's just caveman times, whatever BC, before
are they talking,
Genghis came on.
Remember Genghis? Are you talking? So when you talk about this, are you talking about the time of Neanderthals? Are you talking about earlier? Are you talking about?
I think it's
at what point was the distinction where a monkey or something? As you evolutionists like to think that a monkey came before man. If this was the case, when does a monkey become a ghost?
Well, it's actually well documented. Neanderthals were proven not to actually have souls by the God Council of 2049. which is, from the future. They were time travelers that came back. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent here.
You can't even take yourself seriously, boy. How do you expect anyone else to? Grow up.
It was proven that Neanderthals actually did not have souls and were not capable of becoming ghosts. It was until there was a clear distinction between Neanderthal and Homo sapien, modern man, is when the first ghost was recorded on cave painting. So what is this picture that we have here?
So I've drawn what I looked like as Sean's father, and I've drawn what I looked like as Sean's father. This is back when there were times of when you could go outside and you could not wear a shirt, and you'd make sure that your neighbors knew what kind of man you were. And so this is back when you could show off your gun, you could show off your tools.
You could show off your gun and your guns.
You could show off your gun and your guns. And back when it was happy to be disappointed in your son. And so this is my son. This is my... Hold on. I have an edit. He's a fat little boy. He's a fat little dark boy. Okay. So this is him, and as you can see, he has no possessions to him. He can't make a single dollar off of doing.
Clint,
Clint,
I have a proposition here. You're a betting.
Shoot,
you're
that's just gone.
You're a betting man willing to take a wager, right? If the odds are in your favor, correct?
I told Trisha that I'd give up gambling, but I still have a little bit of the bug.
You know what? Trisha won't be any wiser of this. She's back home.
Dead.
You're in the... okay, sure. She's in the
back
family
home
plot.
Dead.
Back home dead.
In the graveyard, home that we live in.
My favorite album, Back Home Dead. Anyway, so Clint, I'd like to make a wager here with you. If I could prove to you that Sean, your boy, your little baby boy, who is sitting right next to me, whose body you're inside of, all up inside of your little boy's body. If I could prove to you that $1 could be made, even just the slightest dollar, would you agree to leave Sean's body?
Well, I think that if somehow I could be shown that my boy could make a living off of doing this thing, this ridiculous false thing.
Not ridiculous and true. This is another spirit has recognized this is an amazing speech. Continue.
I think that if my son got maybe even made $1 off of ghost hunting, I think that I'd believe him. Why don't we cut to a little bump?
The spookers are spiking the frequencies.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much. I just really like hunting ghosts with you.
The spookers are spiking the frequencies.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much. I just really like hunting.
The spookers are spiking the frequencies.
Hi, welcome back to the DIE-aloguers. We're here with Clint, Sean's dad. We're trying to, we've got a little wager going. Clint thinks that hunting ghosts in this little show, you can't make any money off of it, can't have a successful career. So I've posited that if this little boy Sean can make even just $1 off of ghost hunting, Clint will leave his body forever.
All right. So I mean, if there's any proof in this universe that somebody would actually pay for my son's services, if he could actually make a viable wage doing this living, I suppose I could let my son have autonomy of his body once again.
Spirits or alive people, send us your Venmo. Oh, Venmo ritual.
I just got a notification on my phone. So, hold on. How do you work this?
You just...
Okay.
Okay, yeah, do that and then...
I'm sorry, I
You have
don't
to
know how to
long
work.
tap.
I don't know how to work these darn things. Back in my day, you used to be able to spin a little wheel, and you just make a call, and that's what you needed to do when you would call the police, and you'd say, "The burglar has gotten in." All right, okay. So I've opened my text.
Now we can Venmo that burglar.
I've opened my texts, and it says it's a notification from Venmo, so you can see it right here, Venmo. Oh, well, that was the way the cookie crumbles, am I right?
Anyway, not important.
Anyway, not important. Okay, so
Jesus fucking Christ.
So it says Ghost Fan 69
Real.
Venmo'd you $1 on. This phone just said learn, like learn a that's a coincidence.
I think.
I love baseball.
Clint loves baseball.
Go
That's
Phillies. Go Phillies, my hometown. Ghost Fan 69 Venmo'd you $1 on Venmo for ghost hunting. Good job, career. You do are good. At.
Are you proud of your son?
On this app, it just said fat.
Like yo, that's fat.
Yo,
that's fat. You just got $1.
Like my little ghost hunting boy that made $1 on ghost hunting just now.
It's real.
I think.
Bye, Clint.
I've never said this before, but.
Ghosts are real.
I'm proud of you, boy.
Sean.
Hi, it's me, Sean. I'm all better now. I love to ghost hunt. It's really me. Thank you for exercising my demons. Thank you, fans support. Thank you, Patreon.